I'm live. Should my. Right then, let's get this thing moving and working. I'm live from the lavatory. As you'll see, this should be quite interesting. I've got Dylan Thomas either side to keep me company. I've actually got the gimbal working as well, good. We've got nobody live with me just yet. As far as I'm aware, I can't see anybody. Oh, hello Dorian, nice of you to join us. Thank you very much. Come right in. This is the lavatory, Dorian. What do you think? I can, let me see. How's that for you? It's 5 to 6. Hey dude, alright? So, we've left the toilet shed. Sorry, we're in the toilet shed. We've left the space shed, as Ree and Mai called it yesterday. Let me just see what's going on here. Looking good. Light's good in here, Dorian. I trust your opinion. Everything's back to front, as you'll notice. Riley will spell backwards. That sticker's been there since I was about 9, 10. So, you know, some things don't change. Dylan Thomas is an added extra. My father wanted me to take those home once. He'd bought them from me in a boot sale. For me in a boot sale. As you do, you know. You buy Dylan Thomas pictures in boot sale and shove them up in the toilet. Or try and pass them off to your son, as you know. He thought I might like some pictures of Dylan Thomas. They wouldn't be wrong, you know, I like them in here, obviously. You know, they're perfect. Should be on the back of the door, really. No, there's nothing on the back of the door. What is in here? That is a nice picture taken by me quite some time ago of the lake. Shmai Habs, Shmai Jason. Thank you for joining. Yeah, so, you know, you'll find little bits and bobs here. The United Club Brewery, 1919. Well, that's a plate to have in the toilet. I'll show you here. See that little shelf there? Well, that's where the toilet roll warmer was not so long ago. Hello, Habs. Thanks for joining us again. Let's see where this is going to go. I hope people sort of tune in. I was just showing this sticker a moment ago. That's the Riley sticker. I stuck there when I was about 9, 10. Still there. So this is where it all started. This is where the whole project started. In terms of photography, anyway. Shmai Jane, Sarah, thank you for joining. Aha. Thank you. So there you go, 6 o'clock. We're in, we're live. This is Prince Street live. So, we start off today. Before I leave, get back. Get back. Hang on, I'm pushing the gimbal the other way. Jason, this thing's fantastic, just to let you know that. Yeah. Okay, back on track. We're live, Prince Street. And we start off in the toilet where it all happened. This is where the project began, photographically, so to speak. This is what's in here now. And many of you might have seen the sort of clip that I made. It'll make more sense later on. Once Kickstarter goes live, you're going to see the actual video that explains all this kind of stuff. You may have seen this already, but it's not important. Like I said, I wanted to start off in here tonight just to explain a couple of things. If we move here, everybody needs. That's back to front as well, obviously, because we're on a selfie cam, which is obviously easier for me to sort of see what everybody's saying. Yes, Sean Clark. All the best ideas start in the toilet. Yeah, I agree. Nothing truer, my friend. Nothing truer. So, where and why did it start in the toilet? Well, I'm sure some of you have heard their stories, and if you've come to any of my sort of exhibitions or sort of read my blogs previously or anything like that, you would have heard why it started here. I came down one night on a Sunday evening, I believe it was, and my brother informed me that there was something in the shed. I'd have to see it. You know, you've got to go down and have a look at it. You're going to think this is bananas. So off I went. I went down to the toilet, and I suppose it's madder than that anyway. So off I rushed. I rushed down to the toilet, and here it is. This is a little room. And right here, where this little shelf is, there was a little tin on the wall. And in that tin, I found some tea lights. Now, you know what tea lights are. They're little candles. There was 3 in a row. There was tiny little holes in the top of the box. And I thought, what's going on here? So I lifted the lid off, and there they were, those 3 little tea lights. And I just had this little notion. I thought, this can't be what I think it is. So in that moment, I thought, right, I'm off. I'm going to get my camera. This is new. So I got my camera. I took the door off. Sorry, Tom, I know what a tea light is. I'm sure you are. It's thinking, sort of controlling, and sort of trying to get stuff going. Bear with me. This is what I'm like. I'm sort of scatty brain everywhere, okay? So, for you, Tom, a tea light is a little, little wax thing with a wick on it. I'm sure you use them all the time to make your ceramics, when you fire the kiln up. Am I right? I think you use candles to fire a kiln up, don't you? At least we do in Carmarthen, anyway. Anyway, besides the point, get off. You're distracting me, naughty boy. Yeah, so there were 3 tea lights. And off I went. I got my camera. I didn't run. I drove up to the house, grabbed my camera, came straight back down, and I couldn't get the angle I wanted. So I started taking the door off, and I had to be quiet because if my father got wind of what I was doing, it would have been, I don't know, destruction as normal. So I tried to do it quietly. I unhinged the door, took the door off, and I'll show you now. And if I switch the camera around, right, I suppose we can get a better view. So, as you can see, I had to take this bugger off, and then position my camera to get the right angle for the image. And in the act, he caught me. As you do, you just I'll show you that as well. Why not? Hang on. If I show you the position, it gives back. There you go. That little window there, if you can see it. There's crates of beer. So if you see that little window there, you can just imagine him sticking his head out the window with his cigarette lit and blowing the smoke out. He'd caught me in the act. So now I had to explain what I was doing. So I told him, I'm just I was just admiring his little tea light box, whatever it was. So I asked him what it was, and he said, what do you think it is? I'm not going to swear, I'm going to keep this clean, but he said, what do you think it is? And I said, I'm guessing it's there to warm the toilet roll. And he said, of course it is. That's the toilet roll warmer. And in his sweary little version. And that's when I bust out laughing. And he turned around and said, oh, there's something wrong with you. And in that moment, you can imagine, there's something wrong with me toilet roll. So that's where it started. These little bonkers things happen. So those of you who are joining me right now, I'm in the toilet with a clock that's already chimed. You've missed that, I believe. If now you're tuning in, I've said what was here. Maybe not the best of my description. Tom wanted me to point out that everybody knows what a tea light is. Okay. So I missed your comment there. Perhaps let me just pull that back. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, he was burning off a fart smell. No, I don't think he was burning a fart smell. He was actually warming the toilet roll. He's got it in his noggin that was a good idea. And people have told me afterwards it's an actual genius idea. So I'm going to believe it. Okay? And I hope he makes his millions, because I was there to document it. Hang on, let me get this camera position. That's a bit wonky. There you go. Yeah, so let me just swipe. Oh, there's lots of stuff I'm missing here. Gotta laugh. Well, I hope so, Michelle. So, well, yeah, I don't know. I hope you're not taking a poop. I'm not. I have my jeans on, and as you can see, I thought I'd better point that out. It's all clean in here. I've got no candles to burn off the fart smell, so Gary, I've got to keep it clean. A Dovinger away. Well done. Yeah, so okay. No, hang on, if I stay here a minute, I think I can run through a couple of things. So I've told you why I'm in this toilet, and I'll move on for a minute, but I thought it might be a good place to tell you all and sort of introduce stuff. Yeah, it's fairly dodgy, I know. Right, yeah. Okay, what's the whole thing? Why Kickstarter? Why all this stuff? The reason... I was going to make my new book. So the new book is going to be funded by Kickstarter. Why not any other medium? Why not? Well, photo books are expensive. They're massively expensive to be published. To do it by yourself is ridiculously expensive these days, and it just makes sense to be on board with Kickstarter. For those of you who want to know more about the reason why I'm doing it this way, you can read an interview with Photograd, which is launched tomorrow in celebration of the Kickstarter. So if you follow that, I'll post links live tonight. And if you're interested in why Kickstarter and why make another book, I think some of this stuff will be in there. So you know, if you want to follow that, it'll give you an idea. Kickstarter goes live tonight. For those of you who don't know what Kickstarter is, and I'm sure there's many people who are tuning in today and they don't know what it is, it's basically a funding platform. What my intention is to... Shemai everybody, I'm sorry I can't keep up with the messages at the moment. I will at some point, but at the moment I just wanted to get my point clear. Sorry, I'm getting distracted again. Yeah, I've completely lost track. That's good, isn't it? Yeah. So now you're getting an idea of how my brain works. One little thing, gone. So yeah, why Kickstarter and all that stuff. What is Kickstarter? That's a good point. Kickstarter is a funding platform where you can buy the book before it's made, which will pay for the book to get made. Make sense? Easy, simple. So when you see this tonight, you'll have a little video on there. You'll have all the information of what it's about, why I'm doing it, blah de blah de blah. Also, this will go live at 1200 hours, 12 o'clock. Well, basically 12 AM. This is going live. So I'll probably put the link up before then on Kickstarter, on Facebook. I'll put the link up on Instagram, Twitter, every social platform basically. And then you can check it out. It won't actually go live to buy until about midnight, so you know, that's the only time you maybe have to wait till the morning. You know, some of us go to bed, as you do, well, or toss and turn in bed, whatever. So, without further ado, mate, let's give it a shot. Tick-tock. Can you hear it pretty plain? I can hear it in my lug-hole. Don't forget to wash your hands. I'll try not to, Nigel, but there's no basin in here. I could probably warm my hands on the old toilet roll warmer if I could find it. He's taken it down, which is a travesty, to be honest, because it was a beautiful little creation. Toss and turn. It's great to sort of read these. Tangent, yes, tangent, I'm always tangent. Let me go back through some of these just in case. Just tuned in, but I'm already hoping you're not too. No. Great stuff. Yeah, I'll try and keep up with this. It is rather difficult for someone like me who is nuts. Double glazing an outside toilet. Yes, good. Yeah, it's relatively new. They put it in a few weeks ago, to be honest. Been saving up for about 20 years. No, Veronica. Okay, so maybe just gonna have a little look around you before we go any further. I'm gonna walk you up the little lane, and everything is sort of, as you can see, all this stuff will be recorded photographically. This is where I grew up, in this little house. We'd climb that shed there. Richard Mudd and I pretend to be Superman. Didn't have a flag in the background then either. I've got to show you this. I shouldn't, but I'm going to show you it, so here we go. How's that for a doorbell? Eh? What do you think of that? Now that's a doorbell and a half. You might have there. That's for the postman. Love that. I think that everybody should have one of these. What do you think? I mean, if you want a bell fitted, just give me a shout and I'll send my father over. I have washed my hands, Veronica, on the bell. Oof, that has double meaning. I'm not going to take you indoors right now because I'd be invading my mother's privacy, and she hasn't been cleaning, have you, Mum? I'm not saying any more than that. She has warned me, no inside. Hang on. Let me see. Buddy lives here. Now, here's another little thing my father brought me back the other day, which he ended up keeping himself, I don't know. But see that little sign? Anybody know what that means? And not its literal term or its hospital term, but can anybody guess what that is? I'm getting a couple of laughs here, but I'm not sure if there's any comments on the whole thing. Yeah, this, my father was given that and he thought, oh, I'd love it, so he brought it back for me. So, that there was the name of our band when we were in our teens. No longer, of course. Should my Rian. Now, I don't know how much to show you at this stage and how much you want to see, but see that? Who's that over my shoulder? Yes, Ria, Neris, sorry. That was our old band name. No food. Yes, Tom, no food. Let's have a look. That there Oh. There. Nail by mouth. That was the name of our band, yes. And back then we were massively popular. So no poking fun, Tom, and no poking fun, Neris, okay? Yes, we were in a very amazing band, we were. Amazing. Amazing! Right, I'm back on the toilet now, okay, for a minute. Because you can read what I need to talk about. And I've made a couple of notes. Monge too. Yes, Monge too. Monge too, Rodney! Right, back to the project. Even though you want me to show you around the garden, don't you? And I will. I'll show you tons more. I'm not just going to show you the garden. I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to show you the whole street. And if I can, I'm going to get some neighbours to talk as well. Maybe. We'll see if anybody wants to be interviewed. We'll have a go, shall we? So, thank you for joining me. Thank you for sort of helping me celebrate the launch of Kickstarter. What's that say? Let's see Auntie Pearl go in and tell her to say hi. Shall we? I don't know if she wants to. Shall we? I don't think she's going to enjoy. I'll tell you what, maybe through the window, because she hasn't been cleaning. She's like that, mind. Oh, honestly. I'm only kidding, Mama. Interrupt the feed? No. Okay, that's good. Got it. Huw Alden. Show my mic. Here we go. In the camera though, maybe. No, she's not there. Maybe she's washing the dishes. I can't see. Ah!
You were bent on men of me too.
Veronica's saying hi.
Hi Veronica, you alright?
Right, I'm going back to the lab now. That's Dylan Thomas, by the way, for those of you who are fans. I'm sure if Mo's watching right now, I think he'll enjoy that. Be careful, you get arrested. I hope so. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? It'll make good TV viewing. Get arrested doing a live cam thing. I have no idea what I'm doing. You know this, don't you? Somebody has put a gimbal, that being a steady cam, in my hand, which is now holding this little camera, in my hand, and this is what happens. This is what happened. Hello, pal, everybody, for joining. So, yeah, back to thank you. Thank you for joining me and celebrating the launch of my Kickstarter. So, this is where it all happened. We're back to the toilet, okay? To be honest, I've been asked this question so many times, and in my head, I think I have one moment where it all started. And I remember my father saying one thing, and that was a simple little quote, and I started writing it down, and that little quote that I wrote down started the whole thing. Then this became the photograph that never was. I photographed the thing, then strangely the image just disappeared somewhere along the line, and it wasn't very good anyway. But that's not the point. It's those moments, those pinnacle moments that sort of changed everything, and this is where it snowballed from there. So it was this quote, and I'll show you what that quote was in my own little way. So if I take you down the route, so I take you down my parents' little garden, which is sort of interesting in many ways. Right, at the time, this little greenhouse, as photographed in my book. You can't see much of it right now. I suppose the sun's going through it. Yeah, I remember him saying, I said, he said, oh, there's an idea, he said. I can put that little radio in the bottom shed. No, actually, I can put it in the middle shed, he said. No, actually, I'll put it in the glass house. Now, as you can see, give you a little tour. There's one glass house. And there's another glass house, and we won't go into that, but in the first shed, which is, turn it back, hey buddy, alright, look, that's the dog, that's Buddy, so the bell is for Buddy. So this, the man cave, my father could listen to one radio, he said, so he took the little radio into this greenhouse. And what he said was, I can now have a radio. I can now have a radio in the glass house in the middle. I can have one at the bottom shed and at the top shed. That way, I won't miss a thing. Well, when he said this, I kind of creased myself because it was so important to him, the way that he said it. And, hello Jack.
Hello.
You okay?
Yeah.
This is my nephew Jack. Say hi, pal.
Hi.
And Crazy Buddy. Hey buddy. Anyway. Yeah, so it was that little quote, and I wrote it down the way it was said at the time, and it kind of changed everything. And I thought in that moment, I've got to use quotes. I've got to use stories. I've got to use snippets. This is my family are sort of very open about things, and I'm happy to say that I'm that way as well. As you can see,